Hey there, soda lovers. Welcome to our channel. Before we crack open the can on this fizzy tale, we've got a little favor to ask. If you enjoy our content and want to keep up with our latest videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon. You wouldn't want to miss out on our future stories, especially if you're a fan of all things bubbly. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's pop the top on this story. Today, we're diving deep into the life of a man whose beverage of choice might surprise you. No, it's not water, coffee, or even alcohol. This man's drink of choice? Regular Coke and nothing else. Strap in, soda fans, because this is a story you won't want to miss. What would happen if someone only drank caffeinated soft drinks for their entire life? It's a question that might seem purely hypothetical, but for some people, it's a harsh reality. Take the case of a man who's been married for almost 2 decades. His beverage of choice, regular Coke and nothing else. Imagine this, 20 years of marriage and his wife has only seen him drink water a handful of times. And even then, it was either a forced gulp to take medication or a desperate attempt to flush out a kidney stone. This man doesn't even remember drinking water as a child. His beverage consumption has been dominated by the fizzy, caramel-colored liquid for as long as he can remember. Surprisingly, this man was not overweight when he met his wife. In fact, he was in excellent shape due to his active lifestyle. His 20s and 30s passed without any noticeable health issues, despite consuming a dozen cans of Coke every day. The soda seemed harmless, leading his wife to question the growing concerns about its health effects. But then, the first blow landed. Just before his 40th birthday, this man had to get full dentures. His teeth had been progressively eroding due to the phosphoric acid in soda. His periodic tooth problems, which he had brushed off as weak teeth, were actually a red flag of the damage being done. At 40, his health seemed normal. He experienced mild dehydration symptoms, which he combated by, ironically, drinking more soda. Around this time, he started substituting a few sodas with sweet tea. Despite its sugar and caffeine content, the higher water content in tea may have delayed more serious dehydration issues. His blood tests always came out normal. He was active and his weight was stable. Yet, he still refused to drink water, claiming it tastes terrible. The only exception was a single bottle of spring water, consumed while holding his nose, when he was overwhelmed by an unquenchable thirst at 41. The story of this man is a stark reminder that the health effects of only drinking caffeinated soft drinks can be slow and insidious. The damage might not be immediately apparent, but it's happening beneath the surface. It's a slow erosion, a gradual decline that might not be evident until it's too late. This story isn't just about one man's battle with soda consumption. It's a wake-up call for everyone. It's a plea to reconsider the choices we make, to recognize the impact they can have on our health, and to remember that it's never too late to make a change for the better. As time went on, the man's health began to deteriorate. His stable weight began to balloon, his active lifestyle hampered by unexplained fatigue. It was not until a routine checkup that he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. The culprit, his relentless soda consumption. He was put on medication, an added expense that strained his finances. Yet, the control soda had over his life was so profound that he continued to drink it, even as his health declined. His physical changes were not just limited to his weight. His sexual performance started to suffer, causing tension in his relationship with his wife. The man who once prided himself on his vitality was now struggling to keep up with the demands of his relationship. He was becoming a shadow of his former self, trapped in a body that was betraying him. Finally, at the age of 56, his heart gave out. The man, who had once been fit and active, died from a heart attack. His family had to order a specially made family-sized coffin for his cremation. His life was cut short, all because of his addiction to soda. His story is a stark warning. It's not just about the dangers of excessive soda consumption. It's about the control that our habits can have over our lives. It's about the gradual, insidious damage that can be done when we don't pay attention to what we're putting into our bodies. It's about the importance of making healthier choices before it's too late. Now, let's take a moment to pivot our conversation towards energy drinks. Like soda, these beverages often contain large amounts of sugar and caffeine. However, the labeling standards for these products are not as stringent as you might think. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, has recommendations for energy drink labeling, but these are just that, recommendations. They are not mandatory regulations. This means that it's up to the manufacturer to decide how much information they provide to the consumer. Some manufacturers follow the guidelines set out by the American Beverage Association, which recommends providing clear, easy-to-understand information about the amount of caffeine and sugar in the drink. But again, these are just recommendations, not requirements. Energy drinks can fall into different categories, such as dietary supplements or beverages, and each category has different labeling requirements. This can make it difficult for consumers to understand exactly what they're drinking. The importance of designing an energy drink label that meets all industry and regulatory standards cannot be overstated. Clear, accurate labeling helps consumers make informed decisions about what they're putting into their bodies. There are many different labeling solutions available for different types of energy drink containers. These range from simple sticker labels to more complex, machine-applied labels. Regardless of the method used, the goal should always be to provide clear, accurate information to the consumer. Remember, it's not just about what's in the drink, but also how it's presented and labeled. Transparency in labeling could be a step towards better health choices and perhaps even save lives. While these stories may seem dramatic, it's crucial to remember that the dose indeed makes the poison. Consuming energy drinks or soda in moderation can be a part of a balanced lifestyle. However, the tales we've discussed today are not just stories. They're reminders of the potential dangers of excessive consumption. Let's be clear, these anecdotes, while dramatic, may not apply to everyone. Each person has a different tolerance and response to caffeine and sugar, and we all have different lifestyle factors that can influence our overall health. However, the potential risks of excessive consumption are too significant to ignore. High consumption levels of these beverages can lead to a variety of health issues, including caffeine overdose, obesity, heart problems, and even mental health disorders. It's not just about the immediate rush of energy these drinks provide, but the long-term implications they can have on your overall well-being. Remember, it's about balance. It's about making informed decisions and understanding that what might provide a temporary boost could potentially have long-term consequences. So, is that fleeting surge of energy worth the risk? Would you really want to risk it? Only you can decide.